T-minus 20 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Everybody, and welcome back. It's live from the cheap seats with your host, Andrew Faubert, here to talk Sunday night football and Sunday football, all day football. Football is back, ladies and gentlemen. The Buccaneers were victorious. We got that out of the way, and now we're looking onward to Atlanta. But today, we talk more about what happened across the league, some of the opponents that we're going to have to come up and play against. But of course, we are going to be talking your Bucs and what to look for this upcoming Sunday. Not this Sunday, because this Sunday is almost over. We got the Bears and the Rams currently playing right now. And Matt Stafford's first throw as a Ram is a touchdown. It's like an 80-yard touchdown. It's absolute bomb. I have $125 I can win if Stafford throws 3 touchdowns tonight. I am so happy. He only needs 2 more. You know what else I need 2 more of? You liking and sharing and following North Sports Dynasty and Bucs Report. Give me all your likes. Give me all your follows. I need them, please. Give me them. I need them. I need them like I need to eat W's. And you know who also ate W's today? That's right. Some of your guys' favorite boy, Jameis Winston. Not only did he win today, there's that W for him, okay? But in that same aspect, 5 touchdowns for your boy Jameis Winston. Congratulations to you and the Saints, but also screw the Saints. But today, there's so many other games that happen. There's so many other crazy things that happen. We're going to get into those. We're also going to get into the Falcons and Bucs. Like I said, we're going to figure out who the hell the Falcons are because they didn't look that good. I'm just saying. Is this the big bad Falcons that everybody keeps talking about? Everybody kept throwing at me. Andrew, you're going to have to watch out for the Falcons. I fart noise in your general direction. So drop some comments in the sections. Let me know what's going on, how you feeling tonight. We're also going to do something pretty crazy. That's right. Since I got enough of you fans, since there's enough people that are tuning in on Sunday nights, they're here to talk about their Buccaneers, and then they know then they know what happens when you're done talking about the Buccaneers. We're talking about everything else. So I figured, why don't we start learning about our enemies, our enemies? So that means I'm going to ask you, the fans out there, to start not only say paying attention to another team out there just to know who the heck they are and what they're capable of, because we already know what our team's capable of, and I'm going to keep you up to date with what our team is capable of every single Sunday, and sometimes randomly during the week too. So drop a team if you want to start knowing who that team is in the comment section. We're going to start learning about our enemies. Tell me a team you want to learn about. What is their advantages that they have to winning? What is some of the disadvantages that they have to making them lose? This is what I do. We sit up top of Raymond James Stadium, up here in the live from the cheap seats. wait until the game is done, and then everybody just comes on over and they all just talk with me. We talk game. Who's right, who's wrong? I tell you right now, judging by this book, which I showed a couple of the miscreants, but one particularly in the back, you see, where is it? Yeah, you see all those dubs right there. W's. That's right. Not only Harry Greek can bet, but I can win you guys some money too. So if anybody put any money down on all the football picks that I did this week, you won a lot of money. Because I'm going to flaunt it. I was right. Listen, it's really nice to flaunt once in a while that you're right. I'm not going to be cocky about it. I'm not going to be arrogant about it, though. Still got some ways to go. Just like the Bucs. There's going to be weeks where it gets bumpy. Not only say in betting or in fantasy football, or even just for the Buccaneers in general. We had a bumpy week last week on Thursday against the Dallas Cowboys. I cannot believe either that we let them score 29 points and 403 yards on offense. I can't. But do we think that's going to be a general constant? No. No. There's a reason why we're not going to go and get Richard Sherman. There's a reason why we're not going to trade for Patrick Peterson. There's a reason why we're not going to break the bank to go get another corner. Our schedule isn't looking too bad for the next couple of weeks. Rams obviously are going to give us a problem, but I don't think the Rams are going to be the massive problem that everybody thinks they are. They have a great offense. But that defense does have holes, and Brady's going to take advantage of that. And we could probably have a 55-54 game like we've seen before. Actually, I don't think we've seen it ever get that high. That'd be insane. That being said, though, your Buccaneers have to wait, and we have to wait because we're not going to Los Angeles yet. No, we got the Falcons coming to town. And I don't want to overshadow this too much. The Falcons are a division rival any given Sunday. It's a famous quote that everybody knows. It's from a really great movie. The problem is, I don't think the Falcons obviously have anything for us. They look dismantled. They look confused. And I kind of figured this would happen. Because Arthur Smith is going in there. And I said that, hey, if Matt Ryan does pick up Arthur Smith's offense, because it is a lot of motion, we could rejuvenate an MVP. I don't think so. I'm sorry, Kyle, but your Falcons, I agree with you, are probably in a bit of a rebuild stage here. Matt Ryan's not built for that offense. Matt Ryan's built for an offense kind of like what we have. That's my son enjoying the football himself, probably watching the Bears right now. I can tell you right now that with the injuries that we have out back, Sean Murphy-Bunting, we are going to feel the effects of Calvin Ridley and Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts wasn't necessarily shunned, but he also didn't flash as great as I thought he would. I got to double check and see what his statistics were, because I am still, as you can see, the board is behind me. The reason why I pulled the board out and I don't have the Buccaneers flag down is because I need to remind some people of what my picks were. And I'm never going to hold and lie about what my picks were. They're staying up for a long time here. If I am 100% sure, Kyle Pitts only had 31 yards. Yeah. 8 targets. He can be stopped. We all knew that. He's a rookie. He's not coming in here being Gronkowski or anything like that. All right? Calvin Ridley, though, on the other hand, is a problem. Calvin Ridley is another Julio Jones. I've said it. There's a reason they let him go. Do you think they were going to let Julio Jones go if they didn't have a replacement already? Of course not. They knew what they were doing. Problem is they got a bit of a rebuild ahead of them in order to make this thing exactly what they want. To be a contender again. Matt Ryan might have to take a bit of a pay cut and rethink his complete life here in Atlanta. Think you're better off this season to maybe move on, dude. Accept your fate. You're old, and this offense isn't built for you. That being said, this is also week 1. There's a lot of things that happened this week that are probably not going to continue to happen. Let's start with that. Let's start with some of the things that happened this week that, it's a little confusing to some, but to others, say to a betting guy like me, Harry Greek out there, Harry the Greek, my apologies, a couple other guys. There's things that or there's things that you would bet on when you're not betting with your heart. For example, Harry understands what I mean when I say the +6 Dallas. You don't bet your house on the Super Bowl champions coming in first game of the season against a team that had a high-ranking offense last year. Even though there's question marks there, you never bet on something like that. This is why I held true to it. And even at +9, I got it. So, this is way too easy. Jacksonville at Houston, 37-21, a win for Houston. I went the other way on this one. Thought Jacksonville was going to win. Boy, was I wrong. But this makes sense. The Houston Texans are not a good team, but Tyrod Taylor now has the ability to pick up, say, scrum wins for the organization against scrum organizations. No offense, Jacksonville, but you guys look like a deer in the headlights sometimes. And the only reason why Trevor Lawrence had as many passing yards as he did today is because eventually they got to actually throw it, because he got to feel what his offensive line was going to do, which is still nothing. The Chargers beat the Washington football team 20-16. Herbert, man, he looked good. Mike Williams was dropping the ball way too many times. Oh, you could have saved me in one of my fantasy leagues, but I didn't need him in that one. Washington football team, Ryan Fitzpatrick went down. Taylor Heineke is in. I do not know the full extent of that, but we will have some of these injury updates for you on our Tuesday show for North Sports Dynasty, talking fantasy football. So if you need to get injury updates, we're more than likely going to have them for you on that show anyway. And Heineke came in and looked pretty damn good. Should have kept him anyway. Seattle beat Indianapolis Colts 28-16. Russell Wilson looked really, really good, and so did Tyler Lockett, another guy that I had refused to draft in any type of fantasy. But in real life, doesn't matter. DK and Tyler are going to be just like Chris Godwin and Mike Evans. One's going to have a great game. The other one's not necessarily going to have a great game. Indianapolis, while still looking respectable, Carson Wentz has got to get his footing off underneath him, and I think he's going to be fine. Carolina beat the Jets 19-14. Sorry, Jacob. I'm really sorry that this happened to you. But man, oh man. Not saying Zach Wilson looked lost, but Zach Wilson and company looked lost, and it is just the first game. I'm not going to discredit that. So, but they need to be better, and they're going to get wins off of good teams. And Sam Darnold, he does not necessarily look that great personally, but Christian McCaffrey showing why he's the number 1 pick this year and why Dalvin Cook is a number 2 pick. And I'm glad I didn't send that tweet out today. Speaking of Dalvin Cook, Cincinnati Bengals beat the Minnesota Vikings 27-24 in overtime. The Bengals? What? Well, you would have known I was going for that had you seen my bets that I laid out. I said +3. I also remember being laughed at about that on a show. Just going to let some people marinate in that one. A little bit of gloating, I guess. I love it. Some people won money today. I know there's a couple people who also won some money today. Cincinnati showed that not having an offensive line does suck, especially when Joe Burrow's going to limp a little bit. But Minnesota's defense isn't necessarily as good as we thought it was going to be. Got people screaming Minnesota's defense is top elite. Top 15, sure, maybe at 15. They're middle of the pack. They got holes. They got to adapt. They got to learn. And Kirk Cousins isn't necessarily the greatest hoorah rallier the team has ever seen. There's a reason why they drafted Kellen Mond. Arizona also beat Tennessee Another one of those where people got laughed at being, there's no way, we don't know what Arizona's going to be. We know what Tennessee is going to be. I have said they have lost a lot of players. There is a reason why Tennessee is going to need to take some time. Oh, but they got Bud Dupree. Okay, cool. You got an edge rusher now. You had one before in Simmons. Congratulations. Now you have two. You've met up with the rest of the league. How is that supposed to replace the 3 corners you lost? 2 corners you lost. 38-13. Arizona's coming in with like 6 top-end wide receivers. And all of a sudden, at the money line, where's this? Hold on. Where's this money line? Arizona money line, plus 135. What? San Francisco at Detroit. Now, mind you, Detroit came back pretty good here. Jared Goff actually looked pretty damn good. But alas, the Detroit Lions collapsed under themselves. Lost 41-33 to the San Francisco 49ers, who had some injuries at running back position. And out of nowhere, Elijah Mitchell came in and ran for 109 yards and I think 19 carries. Got a touchdown. That guy is sitting on some taxi squads in so many leagues. A lot of people are going to be trading for him. Make sure to tune in on Tuesday for your waiver wire updates. There we go. Pittsburgh beat Buffalo 23-16. A big surprise here. Not necessarily, guys. This is a Bills team that is good, but they still good, even though that I don't have them necessarily winning that well. It's because I think that they will lose certain matchups to certain teams later on down the road. But Pittsburgh showed out. They were sitting at 6.5 today. It's week 1. I said this many of times last year. The Jaguars winning week 1 won a lot of people money. It's inevitable. It's just the way it is. Tonight, a lot of these teams that should have won didn't win. There's a lot of teams that did win that should not have won. And Pittsburgh is one of those that I kind of thought was going to lose, but the Bills covered them. Props to them. Philadelphia beat Atlanta 32-6. It's not looking good for Atlanta, guys. They got a couple of good players. They got a couple of things going for them, but man, I don't know what they're going to do. Matt Ryan just kind of looks lost. He looks like he wants to do more, but he can't. And he's got no weapons to do it. So I feel bad for the Falcons because their jerseys suck. Their organization as a whole isn't necessarily the greatest. Sorry, Kyle. I don't know. I saw you called me there earlier. I'm not exactly sure why you called me, but we'll see what happens. I think it was probably to you to be like, remember when I thought I was going to have more points than you in the first week and I was going to beat you? Is that how it works, Kyle? Is that how it works? How many points you got, buddy? You know I love you all, though. Cleveland almost beat the Chiefs. Baker Mayfield putting out a tweet just before the game, giving Colin Cowherd more ammunition to talk about on a Monday. Men, have you not learned, Baker? Patrick Mahomes is one of the best for a reason. 52 points in fantasy he put up. This man is a god. Try as you must. He will find a way to get through a defense, no matter whose defense it is. And they will also collapse under their own pressure. Baker Mayfield threw for no touchdowns today whatsoever. Just a lot of yards. It looked really, really good on a lot of plays, but man, you got to keep it together for the whole flipping game. Chiefs are 1-0. Know who else is 1-0? The Saints. 38-3. Jameis Winston, 145, 5 touchdowns. It's an offense built to score no matter who's there. And we all made fun of Jameis Winston. We all did it with the camera or with the workouts and stuff. I did it. But again, it is also game 1. If this is something that's consistent, there's a lot of people who are going to have to eat their words, and there's a lot of people who are not going to be looking forward to week 8. I can tell you that much. Also, Aaron Rodgers, conspiracy theorist, thinking that he signed this contract and did this whole thing so that he can make this team suck. But Is this really what we've come to? Is like absolute stupidity by people nowadays? Because honestly, you guys, like, he's not going to sign that just to ruin the organization like that. That is not Aaron Rodgers out there. That was a deer in the headlights who anticipated a lot better production than they did. And if you also didn't see the stats out there, he does not play very good in the heat in the last couple of years. So he's got that going for him, or not. The Denver Broncos beat the New York Giants 27-13. I was actually quite surprised. Teddy Bridgewater showing off. And thank God, man. Thank God that this guy actually gets a chance to show off for himself. It's an amazing opportunity for him. I'm really happy, especially with the leg. It was a gruesome injury. Drew Lock is a little pissed off. I think a few people in the organization, fan-wise, are a little pissed off that, it came down to this. It is what it is, man. And he won. He beat the Giants. I almost put a lot of money down on the Giants today, but I'm glad I did not necessarily do that. So, also I put Cleveland +5. Just saying. And then last but not least, the Dolphins. As for games that have finished, the Dolphins have beat the Patriots in week 1 at a +165 money line odds. I took that and I was nervous the second I took it. I was like, well, that was a waste of money. Man, the Dolphins did damn good. This is a different looking squad. The Patriots look like a team that can get it done, though. They look like a team that can get it done. We're not discrediting or discounting them at all. Update on the LA and Chicago game. It is 10-0 for the Rams with I think the Rams have the ball. Yes, the Rams have the ball right now. So those are all the games around the league. A quick update on the Falcons. I looked at a couple of those highlights while I was doing this as well. That does not look like a good team. If we're going by predictions, which I would love to get everybody's prediction right now, drop it into the comment section, please, today. And we're gonna have we'll have like a little contest weekly. I'll figure out something to either give away or whatnot or what have you. But drop your prediction in the comment section for what you think the final score of the Falcons and Buccaneers game is going to be next weekend. As it stands right now, I am going with a 38-17 final. I don't necessarily think it's going to be close, but if they got 27 points, I also wouldn't necessarily be surprised either. So I am going to go with a final score of 38-17 today for the Buccaneers over the Falcons. Also, ladies and gentlemen, drop your comments down and let me know what you were surprised about already today. Are you surprised that the Dolphins actually won? Are you surprised that, Teddy Bridgewater got the Broncos a W? Are you surprised about any of these teams getting a dub tonight or losing? Drop it in the comment section. Let me know. Drop your predictions for next weekend for the Buccaneers and Falcons game. I'm going to go through some of the comments tonight. And we're going to get some of the miscreants in here. And all the fans, I will drop a link. And if you guys want to come in and talk, we have that ability to do that tonight. Oh, and I think no, okay, never mind. Thought I heard my child trying to come downstairs. That freaked me out for a second. All right. Christopher Cole says, hey, what's up, everyone? Johnny D says Stafford's looking great out there. Yeah, he is. That's my boy, Alex Loosemore. Thank you for tuning in. Stafford about to show the world how good he really is. I agree. Share the show, everyone. Comment, like, and share. Says Teresa Baxter. Thank you very much. Johnny Dean also says 140-something yards. Wow. Green Bay played like they didn't have a heartbeat. That's a very good point. Very, very good point. Alex says, also, I know my Lions lost, but man, they were those last 2 minutes of the game a lot of fun. I only saw it for the last half of the drive because I was watching the Jags and Texans game and watching the Yeah. Oh, God. Bengals and Vikings game. That's the other game I was watching. I wanted to see some of the production and some of the fantasy players that I'm looking at as well. Yeah, Andrew, I was wrong about the dirty bitches. How does a team have all those offensive weapons and not score? I agree, right? Like, what the hell? I want to learn more about the Argonaut. They keep screwing me in bets. I can tell you the one thing that I was happy about at the beginning of the season was my CFL picks. Now I am not happy with my CFL picks whatsoever. So, yeah, I'll accept that. I'll take that. Someone just offered me some draft picks for Philip Lindsay in one of my leagues, and I have taken it. I need some draft picks for this upcoming year. So I saw 3 dubs. 3? Go Bucs! Satino Emil Howell. Thank you for tuning in, buddy. I only love 2 games today. Oh, I bet you do, buddy. I bet you do. No, you don't, Johnny. That's what Alex said. I only lost 1-2 games today. Oh, okay. The Lions almost proved anyone can come back against the Shanahan offense. Sorry, Alex Loosemore, I had to do that, even though your Lions showed a ton of heart in that game. Calvin wasn't shit today. No. I said Pitts was shit today. Barry Gould, but Matt Ryan is a good QB. No, that's the thing, though. He is a good quarterback. And if we put him in a different team, I'm just talking hypotheticals here. But if all of a sudden, say Matt Ryan went to the Washington football team, that's want to talk about absolute destruction and something I would be scared about. Yeah, for like 3 years with all those talented players he would get. Yeah, I don't want none of that. Let me know if you agree with that in the comment section. Harry the Greek could be very be a Harry Greek. We just don't want to know. No. I think we would get in a lot of trouble if we started getting naked on these shows. So sorry, not sorry, Jacob. I also agree. CMC is going to have to carry that team. I also agree. Tie's a tie. Can't be bringing too much on the Bengals. Wasn't a tie, though. It was 24-27. I've been saying Minnesota's defense is overrated all season. Yep, me and you have actually on our show, NSD. People want to know. Johnny D and did the Bengals. They did. Yeah, I think it was 27 all at the end. No. Yeah, it was bad. Damn it, Johnny. You're confusing me too. There we go. Packers look like shit. I agree, Carl Hardy. Thank you for tuning in. Rams defense is looking tough. Yeah, I agree. It looks like Stafford is about to throw, just checking in on the game. It looks like he's found a favorite target, that's for sure. Bears went for it on 4th and 5 from the 40. Of course, they lost the ball. Of course. 50-3. That's we're capable of it, that's for sure. 42-17. Says my co-host, Bridgewater is my guy. Says Matt Colson. He just needs a real opportunity to show himself on a team that isn't going to yank him just because. I'm going to tell you right now, I'd be a happy man if the Broncos, for somewhat, well, as a betting man, let me fix my words before I get anybody calling me up. He's like, he's not a true Buccaneer fan. They just hired a Canadian because he's kind of funny and he's got long hair. No. If the Broncos were to win the Super Bowl this year, I would win a lot of money because the odds that I had, and I was just throwing some cash around one night, said, what if the Broncos did get Aaron Rodgers in this offseason? Yeah, let's just throw some money on there just to, the odds. Just like people who are like, what if the Buccaneers did get Tom Brady for some random reason? Yeah, I'll just throw some money on that. And then all of a sudden Tom Brady came here and the odds went, phew. Everyone was like, oh, let's do this. 48-10 Bucs. Christopher Cole says as well. Okay. Matt Colson says, I was surprised how good Jameis plays. Shocked. I honestly was too. Surprised how much the Packers sucked. Otherwise, everything else was pretty much what I expected. Fair enough. 35-10 Bucs from Scott Wise. Thank you for tuning in. Did Teddy play the full game? I'd have to double check if he did. I'm going to spend the rest of my night after this show basically doing that, checking out all the games and getting everything ready for the Tuesday show to give you guys some updates on some fantasy football. I want to make sure that you guys are winning your leagues. Onside kick went Kittle's face mask, stripped the ball from Debo. Looked like Cowboys Falcons from last year. Oh no. Rams are in the end zone right now, or in the red zone. Sorry, not in the end zone, but in the red zone. And if that is the actual color of their red zone, that's pretty. And there's no touchdown. I need another touchdown, man. Come on. I know it's still a lot of game left, but I want my money right now. Montgomery is going to have a bad game if this keeps up. The Bears will be so far behind, they won't be able to run. Maybe that will give Robinson a chance to get me some points. That's funny. I haven't even actually checked, I guess you would say your leagues there, because I've been only checking my money leagues. And I'm pretty sure I am 4-0 across the board today for money leagues. And then if I go and I obviously, let's just see if I double check the other one, obviously, while I'm doing a show. And if it loads up in time. Oh, okay, there we go. It did. Alex is close to me anyway. 99 points for me, 83 points for him. But he's still got Lamar. Oh, he's only got Lamar, and I got 2 other players. So, yeah, I think it's done. I mean, if Allen Robinson goes off, then I win in that league too. So, just the way it goes, ladies and gentlemen. All right. We're going to get into some fun for the last half of the show. We got the goulash in the hypothetical corner coming up here in about 10 minutes. So if you guys want to hop in, get your takes in on any of the games and the Bucs and Falcons game coming up this Sunday. Sunday. Football Sunday. And then on Monday, we will have the Ravens and the Raiders playing for victory. $10 per ticket, $12 with admission, $8 with a can. I don't know why I did that. I'm sorry, everybody. Probably just freaked most of you guys out. Link is in the comment section if you would like to drop into the show. Say hi. Hypothetical corner coming up in about, say, 8 to 10 minutes time. Hopefully we can get the dude on this time because he seems to miss it almost every single time. By the way, guys, oh my God, you're going to make me fire the cannons back. Yeah, every time. Oh my God. I also brought some pretty classic pictures back. I'm just going to throw this up every single time that I do the face and I look around. I'm just going to throw this up every single time on my show and I don't even care. And by the way, go Bucs. And I mean, if you really need an answer of why anything is ever the way it is here in Tampa, it's my daddy. Just to let you guys know. All right, let's bring in a miscreant. Matt from OKC. Come on up here. Top of Raymond James. That's right.
You see that, Johnny?
Yeah.
Just wanted to clear that up. It was
because
it had to go.
It had me. It had me confused. It was like, do I got to search this up too? I thought it was 27-24. I was like, I'm pretty sure I watched the field goal too. I was like, did something happen? So, man, who could tell us about what the hell he was thinking? Like, Johnny Dean, what's up, buddy?
What's up, man?
How you doing tonight?
I got all confused on that other one because on the ticker it said 27-all tie.
Oh, weird. It's done that to me a couple of times though, too. Like way back in the day when I was watching, say, like NFL.com, and I'd be waiting for a Bucs update because I had no cable, and it would be like, "Did we score? Did we score?" Like refresh, nothing.
Yeah,
refresh,
I had it.
nothing.
I had it when I wrote up the stuff. I had that in there, and then I've had to put an update on there because it said 27-27 at the end. I was like, "What
so
the hell,
weird.
man? Make up my mind, would you?"
It was a good game, though. I was actually surprised that Joe Burrow did as well as he did with the offensive line that he had. He still is scrambling.
I'm surprised their defense made Minnesota look like that much garbage.
Well,
I agree with you when you said that they were overrated. I agree with that 100%.
Yeah,
but
there was that defensive line on the Bengals, though. I said it way back, and I should have kept kind of going with it because I said the Patriots defensive line had one good line and then another sub line that was good, and then some depth that was still pretty good. The Bengals may not have any named guys, but they got a lot of depth that just kept coming and coming, man. Like, it's underrated as all hell there in Cincinnati, and I think they're only going to keep growing from now on. And it's kind of cool to see.
Are the Bills overrated or are the Pittsburgh Steelers underrated?
I think Pittsburgh Steelers are underrated, and I'll be the first to admit that.
Pittsburgh
I was wrong.
11-0 last year, right?
Yeah,
They
started
out 11-0
against
11 or 12. Yeah.
Opponents. They didn't play any. As soon as they played strong opponents, they started losing.
Yeah.
That's why they were overrated.
This is also
They were
week
considered
one. So
overrated.
there's going to be an awful lot of games this week that don't play out 3 weeks from now because, number one, like Jameis, there's no team in the country that's got tape on Sean Payton's new offense. So it's going to take him a month to get that out there, and they'll figure it out and shut him down and make him crazy again.
My favorite saying in the first game of the season is always a liar.
Yep.
That's true. That's true. You can't win you can't gamble on it because it doesn't play out right. And if you think the Cowboys are as good as they looked against the Bucs, that's not going to happen. Right. And if you think the Eagles are as good as they looked against Atlanta, that's not going to happen.
No. And that's the thing is for the bets that I laid, and me and Matt were actually just talking about this behind the scenes before I started the show. I just do the $2 bets. If I do anything other big, it doesn't hit the book. It's, me just being like, screw it. Like, for example, if Stafford throws 3 touchdowns tonight, I win big. It's like,
How many you get for field goals? Because he's got 2 field goals.
No, nothing for field goals. I know. I was kind of looking at my peripherals there, and I'm like, is he going to score? Is he going to score? But I'm not.
He's moving the team, though.
He looks good. He looks good.
That first touchdown was beautiful.
It was like,
and he had waiting for that to get up and not knowing that he wasn't touched, get up and run in.
Yep.
That's what I was telling Andrew. The defensive backs just got stuck looking at the ball. They should have.
They were just
stuck a
standing
hand
there.
on it. They're like, where are you going? Oh shit.
So it's out of the games today, some of the things, like the top 3 things that I was quite surprised about with regards of some of the scores, or I guess some of the things that happened today. Number one, right off the bat, what the hell is going on with Aaron Rodgers? But it's not necessarily just Aaron Rodgers, it's the whole team. It just was not clicking today whatsoever. So that's obviously a big what if.
You mentioned it in your comments when you were talking about Aaron Rodgers not playing well in the heat. Mm-hmm. They've practiced to play in an air-conditioned closed stadium, and they got out there in Jacksonville in the middle of the freaking depths of summer, and they just weren't. They didn't look good from the beginning. I mean, they'd never had a pulse.
A lot of that had to do with the trenches of the Saints making them not look good too.
Oh yeah,
that's why Jameis Winston only had 140-yard passing, dude.
Oh yeah, but he got 5.
Yeah.
5 touchdowns.
Because Sean Payton, just like I said all along this year, because Sean Payton limited his mistakes, put him in situations where
he ran more often than Marshall Faulk. The guy was running in the first quarter. That was crazy.
That one run that Winston did where he dropped his shoulder into the defender of Green Bay, from that moment on, I kind of like, it was like a looking in the mirror type stuff, and I was like, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna do it.
We've seen him do it with us before. How about that crazy play that one time on the goal line where he looked like he was going to lose 20 yards and ended up in the end zone and stuff? Right.
Yeah.
We've seen him.
I remember one where he got chased around in the backfield, back about 20 yards deep, to Mike Evans for a 17-yard third down conversion.
I actually brought that up. I brought the one throw he did to Mike Evans where he had to jump like 17 feet up into the air to get it, and that was like Mike Evans' best catch ever. I want to get to this comment quick too. Fred Moore says Harry's horseshoe has fell out of his ass. Nothing but loss. Okay, here's the thing though. I'm
glad Fred said that.
Harry does good has done good for baseball bets though, and this is like we said for week 1 of football for players. This is also week 1 for betting. There's a reason why, like with the bets that I did, I was looking at the ones that I did the first 5 for a while. Like I've been looking at those ones for a couple of weeks. The add-ons that I did today were just based off of a feeling and because I was rolling with it. I was like, why not? So the ones that I like, the Pittsburgh, the Jacksonville game, the Green Bay game, the Minnesota game, and the Arizona game, those ones I would have put my house on personally on like all those games. I had 5 houses. Really well. And it was only
they played as expected. We've expected Arizona to play like that. They got a hell of an offense, man.
And
they brought up that I didn't remember from last year, but first 10 games, Kyler Murray was 6-4 or something like that, and then the last 7 games he was completely the opposite, and he scored a touchdown in the first 10 games, on each one, 10, averaged 1 game, and only had 1 touchdown that he scored for the remainder of the year after he got injured. So he's fresh and he's young, and he ran around, looked like Fran Tarkenton on one of those plays. His pocket got collapsed, so he rolled to the right. They were
And
all chasing after
Tennessee
him. He just
has
turned around
no
to the left.
corners. They lost their corners and they replaced them with rookies. The rookies are not going to be able to cover 6 all-star wide receivers that the Arizona Cardinals have.
Well, they did Arizona look pretty.
They made the King look mediocre.
Speaking of looking mediocre today, the New York Jets and our good friend Jacob Chardow.
So uncalled for. So uncalled for, man. So uncalled for. Dude, that was just a swift kick to that was one right to the boys right there, Andrew. Come on now. Come on.
I'm sorry. I actually have not fully seen every highlight. I've just kind of seen some of the tweets and a couple of the major highlights and stuff. I haven't gone back yet. How bad was it? And also prayers up for Mekhi Becton, dude, because that sucks.
Yeah. So you'd be surprised at how this game went.
Wasn't Becton injured last year too?
So this one was a little more serious. But he was in and out last year towards the end of the year. This one is a little more serious. So the first half of this game, you could tell that Zach Wilson, the game was moving very, very fast for him. But yes, the game was moving fast. This offensive line, which was something that I was confident was going to be good, was atrocious today. And I have no shame in saying it. It was really, really bad. But this is also the first time that this unit has played together. This is Elijah Vera Tucker's first game. He played well in his first game. It was more Becton played not great, and our right tackle situation was rough today. So I hope that gets better. I expect that to get better with time. I feel like that's something that just happens. I mean, as Bucs fans, you guys know, look at Donovan Smith last year in the beginning of the year, which I finished the season. So if that gets figured out, and then in the second half they came out and Zach Wilson played very, very well. He threw 2 touchdowns to Corey Davis, who, I mean, I'm thrilled with. I'm pissed that the Jets lost. I saw what I wanted to see from Zach Wilson. I saw what I wanted to see from the rookie corners. And all 3 of my fantasy teams are going to win by 40+ points this week. So that was very, very pretty.
Do you feel validated about Sam Darnold?
Yes.
That's the main question.
Yeah, because he wouldn't do that here. He wouldn't have done what he did.
He didn't really do much there, dude.
No, he didn't. And he had a decent first half and didn't. And the Panthers, and here was my big knock on Matt Rule. Him and Joe Brady made 0 adjustments at halftime.
Yeah,
0 adjustments. Robert Saleh went in and made adjustments. Michael LaFleur, who had some very suspect play calling today with his pass to run ratio, but he is a rookie offensive coordinator, which
very true.
is people like to talk about rookie players. No one really talks about these rookie coordinators. You know, this is a big step up from what they were doing before, from Michael LaFleur being the passing game coordinator in San Francisco. And you guys saw how much San Francisco passed the ball the last couple of years. It wasn't I saw what I would have liked to see in a win, but I saw from Zach Wilson what I wanted to see, and you can tell that this kid is going to win a lot of football games.
That is true. I did, out of the couple of highlights that I did see so far out of the Jets, Zach has patience. That's the one thing he did have in the pocket, respectively, a couple of times. He did have patience. He's like, okay, I'll let the play develop itself out. So
L rung on one play today.
Oh yeah, he did. And on the Sam Darnold side of it, there was one play where when I saw the ball going up, I was like, please be Robbie Anderson. Please be Robbie Anderson. Please be Robbie Anderson. And as soon as it was Robbie Anderson, I was like, I've called this is fantasy genius.
I watched the game today with a bunch of my boys. 3 of them are Jets fans.
Okay.
And Robbie Anderson catches that touchdown. We're just all whatever. We knew it was going to happen. We expected it. It was bound to happen. Good for Robbie. I love Robbie Anderson. Robbie and Sam Darnold have been nothing but respectful, nothing but good things that they've said about this organization. They've been, because I mean, I think anything is better than what Jamal Adams was doing. So to see someone respect us after they leave.
Yeah.
Because this organization is going to go from a joke to very respectable very, very quickly.
I also agree with that.
We're going to see that in the next couple months to years. This is going to be this is not going to be the Jets. It's not going to be the Jets that you talk about in the same breath as the Lions or the Bears.
Ouch.
The Lions looked really good at that final comeback drives at the end there.
I don't think it'll continuously happen.
No, I don't expect that, but I don't expect the Jets to do anything.
Johnny, that's like the Tex. That's like the Tex. Guys, the Texans today, the Jaguars today were what we thought the Texans would be. The Texans are not going to win a lot of football games. They're not.
I agree with that.
But
I was surprised they won today, actually.
So was I. But the Jaguars, man, that was Trevor, 3 touchdowns, but also 3 picks. Guys, I'm just going to let you know, the many players I gave out this week, these players I have on my team as well, because I believe in the things I say.
Yep.
Let me read off to you my fantasy team, because I drafted and people are like, what are you doing? I drafted Antonio Gibson, Najee Harris at picks 12 and 13, and people are like, great, you have great running backs. And then my receivers, everyone was like, wow, how could you ever get these guys? Your team is going to suck. And let me read out to you the receivers and my flex play that I had today, okay? Mm-hmm. At my wide receiver 1, I have CeeDee Lamb. My wide receiver 2 today was Corey Davis. My wide receiver 3 today was Marvin Jones. My tight end was TJ Hawkinson, and my flex play was Mike Williams. So
TJ got some points, didn't he?
My team scored 186 points, and I still have the Rams defense playing right now. So that's
because CeeDee Lamb, I made a funny decision on one of the leagues where I was like, is it CeeDee Lamb or Chris Godwin that I put in? And there was literally a 0.1 difference in points for the week. Both of them got 23, 4, and 3. So,
and my quarterback today, why doesn't everyone just take a guess at who my quarterback play was?
You played Zach Wilson.
It was Kyler Murray. And I took Kyler Murray.
Very good.
I took Kyler Murray after Mahomes went, but before Josh Allen and Lamar and all those guys, because Kyler was my QB1. Andrew, I think we've talked about this maybe 100 times before the season. Oh, yeah. Kyler is going to be the QB1. There is no way he's not. And it took everything in my power to not draft Russell Wilson this year again. But man, Kyler you see it. You just look at the offense. You're like, there's no way he doesn't produce.
No. Well, it's the same thing with the Buccaneers. Sorry, Matt, go ahead.
Well, Kyler Murray's healthy. People, unless you live out west, you don't get to see him that often. He's from OU, so we saw him over here all the time. And they'll show him here whenever there's a void week or there's a bye week for Dallas or something. We get them on because of the connection with the alumni. But the guy that we saw today was not who closed out the year last year. I talked about this a few minutes ago. And if this Kyler Murray can stick around for the whole season and they continue to look as good as they did today, they're going to be trouble for that division. Really bad.
True.
I agree with you.
Actually,
this division is incredibly talented though, and that's you're going to be looking right, like that comment right there. Mm-hmm. This division, I have my. You guys can go back and look at my show from just last week, and I said, let me pull it up because I have all my little papers right here, and I said that the NFC West, all 4 teams were going to have a winning record this year. All 4 teams were going to have a winning record. This could be the first time, I think, probably the first time ever, where all 4 teams in a division make the playoffs.
Yep.
And I've even do that.
So the one time that I asked it on the show, I actually went back and found out if it could be possible. It is possible. It's really, really difficult, but it is possible.
The
third wild.
I'll take your word for it. I've never seen that. I don't remember ever having that happen in my life.
Because I've never seen only 6 playoff spots. Now there's 7.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
that's true. Yeah. And then if they ever add the next week, then we're just gonna have, they might even add another team to the playoffs. So but I've also heard, because I don't want to say sources, because then people I might have the actual boss man being like, yeah, what? Who the hell are these sources? But I have heard some rumblings from some people that there is apparently some talks in, say, the next 5 or 6 years that there could be an expansion to another 2 teams. So we have to wait,
aren't they?
We've been hearing that for 10 years, though, man. That's getting kind of old hearing it.
But see, that's the thing is now it's starting to actually come into life. The only problem is because of COVID and stuff like that is some of these, expansions that they wanted to do can't necessarily happen. Especially,
Why?
Because there's going to be new regulations now. Say with like these, passports or anything like that happen. If the two teams that they wanted to consider an expansion for, say being London and Toronto, and you make that difficult for
that's
players to get in and out, that's the thing,
right?
So it's you guys know what it's. I mean, it's only Sunday night, but we're in overreaction time after week 1, isn't it? Like this is the most
absolutely
overreacting time. So let's can we overreact a little bit?
Because let me get to
goes to the playoffs.
Let me get through some of
only has 5 INTs for the whole season.
I'm going to get through some of these comments here quick.
That's an overreaction.
Like Fred says, I know first week is hard, but I got to hear him talk about 88%, just busting balls. He knows what he's doing. Yes, Harry.
The only prediction he's made that I want to see him bust his balls on is that Carolina number 2 thing.
That would, and listen,
I want to see
happen, but
him dancing out in front of his store, man, in that tutu.
I'll defend Harry with the win. It is week 1. You guys were talking about it. It's week 1. It's the hard week to pick. I
said that too.
Legitimately, he went 88% last year. Like it was not like
he
there was no ifs, ands, or buts there. He picked picking games, picking like this. It was a hard week. I missed on a lot of my bets as well. I mean, I thought
who had the Browns today?
Everybody thought that Eagles game was going to go on the over.
Let me rephrase that. I had the Browns at +5. So I had the Browns to be within like a spread of 5 points, and they got it with that 4. And I was like,
Now tell the truth. Who did you think was going to win?
I knew for a fact the Chiefs
for
were going to win.
3.5 quarters, it was guaranteed to be a Browns lock. All they had to do was maintain. And then the punt from hell. We dropped the damn ball. Took everything south. And
the number one thing that I said that I was correct on, the main thing I was correct on, I said there was no way the Dolphins lose that game to the Patriots today. I was
plus 165 today. I was like, that's a chance I'm willing to take. Like, hell's yeah. And I want a bit of cash on that. So
did I really liked it. That was a great game today. I think I went on. We did a little pop-up show this morning. I went on. I said, you know what? I said Mac Jones is going to be fine, but this is week 1. He is playing a well-established defense, a well-established defensive coach, someone from Belichick's system, and we all know that Belichick is fantastic against rookie quarterbacks. And that's exactly what happened. Mac Jones didn't impress me today. I won't lie to you. He didn't impress me, and that might be an overreaction. His arm strength did not impress me today.
What was your worst pick today?
My worst pick? I had the Jets winning, but that was
that don't count. That don't count.
Okay.
I had the Packers at -4. I locked into it twice. So
I guess my worst pick that I gave out was I said my lock of the week was the Vikings beating the Bengals, but that was
I'm glad I wasn't on that show.
How could you score a lock with Kirk Cousins? Kirk
Cousins wasn't even bad today. It was that defense that kept giving up so many.
And a lot of people on the Bengals, like who hate on the Bengals defense, there is reason to hate on the Bengals defense.
I hate on the Bengals defense for good reason.
But it's like the Houston. I always joke about the Houston Texans. It's like the year that they had J.J. Watt and Vince Wilfork and Clowney and another guy basically on their line there. All that was really, really good. Everything else was subpar to okay, but like when injuries happened, that was really the only thing they had going for them. The Bengals aren't close to that, but that's really the only thing they got going for them right now is the defensive line. So
I'm glad you said J.J. Watt because he had a really good game with.
Yeah, he did. Today. On fantasy, not to talk too much fantasy on live from the Chiefs because we're going to talk about it basically all week now. But he did me good, man. He did me very good. So, speaking of which, one thing I forgot to mention with the Lions, I thought Penei Sewell actually played very well considering his first game was a blindside tackle against Nick Bosa. Bosa's name only got called 3 times in the full 60 minutes. It's because, like I said before, only franchise left tackles or right tackles come out every so often. He is in the category of Quentin Nelson, in my opinion, and I really don't think anybody is going to be drafted anywhere close to those guys' caliber for the next few years. So, Tapasio, well, maybe. Well, yeah, Tristan Wirfs can get up there for sure. That's a no-brainer. Tapasio,
his first year, and he's already on the top 100. You don't see that very often, dude.
That's true. Tapasio, well, some old coaches need updating too. That is also a very, very true statement. Constance Tesler says, hello, guys. Hi, guys. Nice to see you.
I just got a drop on Lattimore.
Yeah,
got the. He's going to have surgery.
Really? And he just got an extension. He just signed a 5-year, like $100 million extension. So,
yeah,
congratulations for him.
Popped up on the screen in front of your face, Andrew.
Can we talk about how I mean, I'm keeping up with this game right now on my phone. I watched a little bit of it, but like, my dark horse MVP candidate coming into there was Matt Stafford. I don't think that's a dark horse pick anymore. I think that there's a real on what I saw today that Stafford's going to win the MVP. I think the Rams could win a Super Bowl this year, and I know you guys are in the NFC and you guys want the Bucs to go back to back, but the Rams are by far your biggest competitor. They're your biggest.
Matt Stafford's the most unrespected quarterback in the NFL over the last 12 years.
I mean,
that man laid up there in Detroit. Nobody ever got to see him do anything, and he struggled with that team and never did a peep. He didn't get all "what about me" and demand all kinds of stuff.
I don't know anybody that hates Matt Stafford, man. I don't. He's the Larry Fitzgerald of quarterbacks.
That's true.
Yeah, he's got himself a team now, and apparently he knows how to move them because they've done nothing but go up and down the field all night except for one series.
Alex says, I thought today was one of only 2 wins for the Texans. That could be very, very true. He also says Hawkinson was the only damn receiver for the Lions, and it works very well for me in fantasy. So
me too.
And me.
NFC West, best division in football this year by far. Hans Gruber, thanks for tuning in, says it's Militia Matt.
He loves me. That guy just loves me.
He does.
And he gives you so much break.
I thought he was Al-Qaeda. Now you keep changing the name up on him.
He's just trying to find new ones every week. He's got a lot, apparently. Tristan Wirfs is the category.
Andrew Ginger Cada or something.
Yeah, that was. Tristan Wirfs is in the category of Nelson and Sewell, and those guys were guys as they were his prospects. Fair enough. Jacob, as soon as Stafford went there, I put a small amount of money on him to win MVP. I think, that was, I think, the same day that he messaged me. He's like, what's the referral code? I'm putting money down. And I'm like, oh, I got you. The Stafford talk is music to my ears. Yeah. Good. All right, buddy. If that was some music to your ears, then some stuff like this is going to be when we fire them fucking cannons. Oh, my God.
Jacob,
I'm sorry, Jacob.
Ears, man.
I'm sorry, Jacob. It's a Buccaneer thing. It really is.
Chicago
all right, guys.
Just scored a touchdown.
Is it Montgomery? Yeah, more points for me. All right, let's get into some good old fun hypothetical corner and the goulash. Damn it! It's the wrong one again.
In a row, Andrew.
This is like 7 weeks in a row. It's never going to end. We might as well just do it. Here we go.
No. Right.
All right, guys. I only got a couple of hypotheticals for you today, and the rest is some pretty funny memes. So try to do a nice balance or have a lot of one, like maybe a couple of the other, and then, you know what I mean? It's the way it goes. So we're going to do like one or the other type thing first. Question is, it's a very important debate in my house. You got to pick one. You get the centerpiece or the piece. The other one is gone from existence in your life forever.
The edge piece.
What are you having?
Yeah, I get the edge. You got to have something to hold on to. That's the crispy piece.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. Give me an edge piece.
Give me the edge piece, bro. Absolutely.
Same. That wasn't even a real question, was it?
Okay, perfect. I'm glad we all are on the same page.
Makes me want to go break open a brownies box and get that started share it when the game's over.
Why don't you break? Actually, I can go. Listen, this place I work now, you can buy brownies in that store for $5. Did you know that? Yeah. Wow. Anyway, speaking of what,
I need some.
I made some. I got some Dominoes today.
Domino's, eh?
I thought you were
It's
going to say you made
Domino's.
some brownies today.
No.
brownies and some Domino's.
This is going somewhere. I swear. I got some Domino's today because it's kind of a tradition, a weekly tradition, with me and my dad, and we order the. I don't know how often you guys eat Domino's, but man, the chocolate lava cakes from Domino's
There'll come
are.
a time in your life when that's just going to go right on your ass. So
Dude,
enjoy it while you're young.
I freeze it. I put you throw them in the freezer for like a little bit. They come out so good. They're so good. There's not a lot of things I've ever had that are better than that. And
My nephew's a manager at Domino's. I'm so sick of freaking Domino's. It's pathetic.
See, it's funny
You love
because
pizza, don't you, Johnny?
No, I don't.
my fiance had there we go. We got one coming in here. The dude is finally here. There we go. How we doing tonight there, boss?
Oh no!
Finally good to have you on. My fiance used to not like Domino's, and then she used to get this Panago or something like that all the time. And then finally, I said, like, Domino's is right across from us. Like, just order it from there. She's like, I hate the place. And then she ordered it one time. She's like, oh my god! And now she won't order anything else but Domino's. Like, I've converted her back to it. Same with coffee, and I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. All right, guys, I'm really sorry to do this to you, but I got to get us prepped for Halloween time because I got a lot of these ones prepped for Halloween time. So I might as well give you one right now.
Oh,
you can only keep 3. You got Reese's, Snicker, Twix, Sour Patch, Kit Kat, Butterfinger, Nerds, M&Ms, and Skittles.
This is easy for me, but people, I also don't like. You guys are gonna be like, what? Because of what I literally just said. But I don't love chocolate and candy bars. I'm just not a chocolate candy bar kind of guy.
What? You just said you like lava cake. You're a contradiction of terms. What the heck?
I like chocolate and dessert. I don't like chocolate candy.
You contradicting son of a bitch.
So I'm gonna go 3. I'm gonna keep Sour Patch. I'm gonna keep Skittles, and I actually do like Kit Kats, so I'll keep a Kit Kat.
Yeah, Kit Kat staying for sure, in my opinion.
White chocolate Kit Kats are better than regular Kit Kats.
No, Kit Kat Gold are to die for, dude.
I've never had one.
Man, you guys really, you're into the Kit Kat pretty serious when you know all the different flavors.
Dude, do you know how many different Kit Kats there are out there? And I've tried a few of them, and they're really, really damn good.
Did you get the one that came from China that was like, I would think it was
the green matcha?
Yeah. Oh, that one's good.
Yeah, the green matcha one was actually not bad. But okay, let me just get mine out of the way here. I'm going Kit Kat and I'm going Reese's because those are the 2 OG. It should be Reese's and Kit Kat in that order for me. And I'm stuck because like the M&Ms would technically work for like the peanut ones and the almond ones and all those like different variations. So I think I'd have to pick that one. But man, Twix is not easy to give up for me at all. I love Twix so damn much, dude. Like I would substitute that for a snack any day.
I can't. I feel like you get ripped off on the Kit Kat and the Twix because it's not a real candy bar. It's like a pretzel. It's not the full deal.
Oh my
god! You're out. You're gone. No, just kidding.
I'm out.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good. What do you got though? What's your 3, Matt?
Me, I'll go with the Reese's cups in the refrigerator. Not straight off the shelf. You got to put them in the refrigerator.
Yes, sir.
I'll go with the M&Ms, not refrigerated because they get really hard when you refrigerate M&Ms.
Yep.
And then I'm kind of torn because I'm a Butterfinger kind of person. I love those things, and I've been known to sit down with the Halloween version where they give you the little fun size. It's about the size of a Bic. I'll clean that whole bag.
Hells yeah, buddy. Hells yeah.
So that's going to be me. Reese's, Butterfinger, and M&M regular. That's good.
All right. What about you, Johnny?
I'm going to contradict myself after I've done talked up the Kit Kat so much. I'm just going to take the 1, 2, and 3.
Really?
Oh, you're going across the top?
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough. Okay, let's see what we got here for a bunch of other people. Alex did say edge piece there earlier, 100%. Fair enough. Tapasio also said Chicago just scored on the overrated Rams. That's hilarious.
Wasn't the dude in here? Didn't he get a say?
Yeah, he disappeared.
Yeah, he's gone. Alex says 1, 5, and 9. So he says Reese's, Kit Kat, and Skittles, which is also like I really do love Skittles too. Like they got a mixed berry one. I know exactly what I'm doing after this show. So thanks, guys. Carl Hardy says 2, 5, and 6. That'd be Snickers, Kit Kat, and Butterfinger. Fred also says the same as Alex, 1, 5, and 9. So that'd be Reese's, Kit Kat, and Skittles. And Christopher Cole says 1, 5, and 8 chocolate candies. Fair enough. Fair enough. And then the only other one I got for tonight, like I said, keeping it kind of relatively low on this one. What is your go-to roulette number?
Black.
Yeah, buddy. Just put all my money on black. 50% odds. Or sorry, 48.2% odds if you got 1 0 or 2 zeros. But yeah. I'll go 24. I love my number 24.
Damn it.
What about you, Johnny?
I was going to say 24 just because it was the first number to come to my head, man.
Fair enough.
No, I'm not going to say the same as you. That's bullcrap. I'm going to go half of that in 12.
Jacob, what about you?
Yeah, for all the Vegas trips I take. for all the gambling and the casinos I'm allowed to go into. Red 40 with a wink. Red 40, as Peyton Manning once said.
Okie dokie. Oh, you mean Red 17?
Red 17 or whatever that fuck.
Yeah. The Pat McAfee story there. Yeah.
What was that, Jacob?
Nothing.
Look at the lobby down there, man. It's like somebody's giving out Rolling Stone tickets.
Excited. There's one boy in that lobby that is going to come in here and go, Jacob, you were so right today. I'm so excited.
I don't think anybody's gonna do that in any part of the lobby here, but Fred,
now they will.
Yeah, now they will. But Fred also says double green here. We're also gonna bring in a couple other guys, get their opinions on it. We'll start off with the man who gave me his show, and I think I've been doing pretty okay with it. If I haven't, he's going to tell me right now anyway. Mr. Rick Hughes, how we doing tonight, boss?
You've been doing better at it than I did, so what am I supposed to say to that?
No. Listen, there was some of the segments and some of the stuff that you did before that I just absolutely loved because it was just nice, perfect, fun, and I'm way too excited for things, so I just go through it way too quick. And
Hey,
we got one more. Oh yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
I gotta say this. I am wearing this shirt in honor. It's sort of like for just in memory of the loss of hope that the Atlanta Falcons fans obviously have for this season. So this is in honor of the late great hope of the Atlanta Falcons season.
The death to hope.
Oh, jeez.
We should have had Kyle in here.
He tried calling me right before the show. I was doing a few things right before I hopped on. I'm probably going to call him afterwards and just be like, what do you want? He's probably going to be drunk. Like, dude, what quarterback are we drafted next year? I need to know these guys' names.
I need to send him the link, man.
Yeah. And then we got another guy coming in tonight. Wants to stop off and say, hi, Steven. How are we doing tonight?
How you doing tonight? What's going on, Andrew? I'm driving home. I'm close, but before I got home and get on the computer so you guys can see my lovely face, I just wanted to come on and say, Jacob, you were so wrong today.
Whoa! Whoa! The game I gave you was that Dolphins game that we talked about.
How are those Jets doing?
Oh, you know what? You were right. You were almost Jacob. You were almost wrong today, but yes, you were right.
I was almost wrong. See,
almost wrong.
Come in here and say you're right. Nobody can come in here and say you're right.
No,
come here and say you're
wrong.
Almost
wrong.
Almost only
it wasn't Jacob that was wrong. It was me. But I told him foolishly that the Jets were a lock to beat Carolina, and boy, was I wrong.
Anytime you say the Jets are a lock or the Browns are a lock,
or the Cowboys won't score 20 points on the Bucs.
Eesh.
Shots fired.
Listen. When you looked at the game script today and you looked at this Jets offensive line and versus the Carolina defensive line, nobody was going to say, hey, the Carolina's going to absolutely make Zach Wilson's day a nightmare in the first half. Because in reality, if you look at that second half that the Jets played, if they had just done that, if the game had clicked a little bit faster for Zach Wilson like they did in the second half, and they made those adjustments earlier, the Jets would have won that game. they would have won that.
Oh my
game.
God, you sound like a Bucs fan from the last
Doesn't
5,
he?
6 years.
I-
It's amazing.
Did you watch
It is
the game?
amazing. If this would have happened, we would have won. But
Did you watch the game?
Yeah, I watched the game.
Wait.
I watched a good
Wait
part
a
of the
minute.
game.
Wait. I
Zach
watched
Wilson
the game.
played
Jacob,
incredible in the second half.
aren't you the Jacob that told me that if your aunt had a penis, she'd be your uncle? So
Yeah,
how come
I
all
did say
these
that.
ifs now?
I did say that today.
Well, yeah, it's just this. It's Jacob, and I can understand and I feel for you. I mean, it's we did it. We just did it for how many years in a row? We're like, well, if there weren't this many interceptions, or if the receiver ran the right route, all of a sudden we've learned how to run right routes. I mean, we've had it. We've always had our reason we didn't quite win. It's like the Cowboys this week. Well, here's the reason we didn't win. We should have won.
Oh, I got a few of them. I got a few
But
things.
the thing is,
No,
Jacob, that's why when originally, and I'm busting your balls, but understand this. I get it, and I respect the heck out of you as a fan. I really do. But because I've been there, I've lived it year after year after year. And I can just say, like when you were saying earlier, oh yeah, they might have a winning season, or and everything. And I was like, because you've got to go through this stage of things first. You get better, and you get better. And that's why, Jacob, you've got a lot to be, you've got a lot to look at and say, hey, we're getting better. And that's a fact. The Jets are getting better. And
Zach Wilson's mom's gonna have to go through like New York media just a little bit more before like she's completely done with that too. So.
I was on chat with Alex during the Lions game. You want to talk about a person who is just like a Bucs fan? He wanted, you could hear him so bad wanting to be excited about that comeback, and then just countering everything he said.
And the thing is this, guys, I understand it. It's, I mean, unless there are a few teams that right now, like the Falcons, that, there's just nothing to hold on to. You suck. That's it. We suck. That's it. There's no way around it. There's nothing to hold on to. But there are a lot of teams that do have something to hold on to. If you're a Tennessee Titans fan, you're jumping off a bridge right now. I mean, you're freaking out, going,
It's week one, Rick.
And that's the thing. Well, that's the thing is there's Tennessee Titan fans who were jumping off of the bridge when they didn't get Brady, and then they still did really, really good, and now they're jumping off a bridge because we lost to
the Cardinals.
To the Cardinals in week 1, and we got obliterated. It's like, listen, it's like I even said, you replaced veteran corners with rookies. They're going to take till at least week 4 or 5. Ours took a year and a half to get going. So
So there are teams right now that can't do, Jacob. What you can feel good about is this: you've got improvement happening. You're not one of those teams that's on the downswing. You're one of the teams on the upswing. So understand, it takes a little while and just to learn how to win. But you got something to look forward to when it comes to that. And you guys are getting better. And I mean, you're in one of the positions, and it's an enviable position for a lot of other people who are looking, the Detroit fans, a lot of other fans are looking at the Jets and going, crap, they're getting better. Like if they look at other teams like that.
Damn it, they have wide receivers.
Yeah.
They have 3 very good wide receivers.
Yeah,
the
the Jets are getting better. There's no doubt the Jets are getting better. It's going to be a long year. It's going to be a struggle. There's going to be disappointment, but they're going to be better. And then next year, they'll be better. And the year after that, they'll be better. And you're on the right trajectory.
What was that, Matt?
They have to be getting better. They've been drafted in the top 20 for the last 10 years.
Well, they don't. No. You don't have to be getting better. Ask Detroit.
What's that?
Okay.
Alex is probably like, guys, I was loving this show, and then all of a sudden,
it just went straight.
I'll leave it at this. So, yes, Rick, you're right. It would have been nice to see the Jets win today, obviously, because this was a game I truly thought they could have won. But it is, like we talked about on Thursday, it is week 1. This Jets team, what I saw today was that we have our franchise quarterback. You see the talent. you see it. It's not just week 1. You have seen the talent. You see the potential. We have a coach that knows how to run a defense based on what we saw in the scheme today. We stopped McCaffrey on the ground for most of the game. We couldn't stop him in the passing game, but there is no team that can stop Christian McCaffrey because he is the best running back in the league. Like we are not. Right. It wasn't like, oh, the Jets are awful because they couldn't stop McCaffrey. Find me one team.
I'm gonna eat my words on that one.
Well, I'll name one. I'll tell you one that can stop McCaffrey. The Bucs did it twice last year.
Yeah.
And the reason I'm kind of giving you a hard time, Jacob, and understand this is good-natured ribbing, and I'm you like to banter, you like that, so that's why I'm coming at you, and you're fun about it. But you called on Thursday after the game, and were telling me all the reasons that the Bucs the Bucs, they didn't look good at all. They're not gonna. You were basically ripping on the Bucs because they barely won, but now you're telling me how good the Jets are, despite the fact that they lost.
Go ahead, Jacob. Go ahead.
Actually, no, Rick. The exact words I said were the Bucs will not win another Super Bowl this year. Those were exact.
Whoa.
So if we're gonna get extreme, let's get real.
He needs to get kicked off the panel. That's gonna get you shot.
Listen, do you understand that I have Eric Marino that I can replace with you right now? Do you understand that? How's it going, buddy? How you doing today?
Rick, Matt.
Coming in next.
Hey,
whatever his name? Brian.
This is Eric.
Eric. What up, Eric?
He's not Brian Pearson. That
Jacob,
guy hadn't
Brian
shown up
Pearson
yet.
is what I was going to say. He's up next.
Oh no,
Jacob, I'm really just giving you crap, brother.
No, I know.
I'm just messing with you.
Rick, I love it. I say it every week. Arguing about football passionately is probably my favorite thing to do in the world. Yeah. So then to have this flipped in 3 years when the Jets are like maybe gonna win more games.
No, I understand that.
Maybe
Brady will still be playing in 3 years at this rate.
And he'll be back in the AFC East. He'll be back
I've said this actually to my fiance while I was making predictions, like when I was doing my Buccaneers predictions, and I still say and I'm not going to change them because when I'm locked in for the year. My 2 losses that I still think is Week 8 at the Saints, which is
Yep.
And we'll get to that later.
Good.
Right. And I still think maybe week 3 to the Patriots, week 4 to the Patriots. That's just me. But
Brady's not losing to the Patriots in Foxborough.
I agree.
See, and I'm not
they
saying
can't
that
beat
I want
the Dolphins.
to.
They're not going to beat the Bucs.
Well, see, and I don't want them to obviously lose to the Patriots, just like last year when I said I don't want obviously what I fully think to happen. I would love every single year for the Bucs just to go unbeaten and win, never have a team even score on them.
You're being realistic.
Yeah, I was if they lose this year, because even if Brady wins the Super Bowl this year and he lost to the Patriots, there ain't no way he'd retire. He's like, no. I'm going back to Foxborough and I'm getting another one. That would be my only thing.
Rams, Saints, and 2 games that they should win that they won't win. That's how that'll go down.
So my joke was to the fiance. I was like, what if the Buccaneers went 16-1? And just because we would never hear the end of it, the only loss would be to the Jets this season.
Oh my God!
You would,
and it would be like a 42-7, and Brady had just like a absolute couldn't figure it out kind of thing.
You guys don't even really understand what would happen if that. Like you guys are not.
That would be so epic. It would guarantee a Super Bowl win.
You guys are not.
That would be like dividing by 0. It would be the end of the universe.
You guys are never going to. Even you guys could lose to the Jets, win another Super Bowl. Go 16-1, go literally 16-1, lose 1 game to the Jets and win the Super Bowl that year by 40 points. And I will never congratulate you for anything.
Yeah, I know.
Remember when you guys lost.
There would be nothing but posts online saying that Brady's over the hill or that Winston should come back because
I've never done that because I
know.
No, that is
would have no. What we would have though is we would have Saints fans seeing Jacob making some of these posts about like the Jets though, and they'd be like, who the hell is this kid?
He'd be coming up with some memes for Meme Grinder, that's for
the
sure.
Jets are better. Dude, my Twitter would the Jets are better than the Bucs. Like it would just
speaking of the Meme Grinder or the goulash, let's get into that a little bit here. Let's start off with this one.
By the way, I keep looking at Eric Moreno with the fan behind him. If you go back and look at Eric right now with the fan behind him, it looks like he's got things sticking out of his head.
Ah!
Yeah, he looks like the Jolly Roger, doesn't he? You put an eye patch on him, he looked just like the Bucs logo.
You're right.
Really, Matt?
Crossbones.
All right, guys, let's get into it. When you turn on NFL Red Zone for the first time in 9 months.
Yes, hallelujah.
I have. I'm gonna crop it, but I have a video of
yeah.
me and my friends watching the game, and it was, as Scott Hansen said, 7 hours of commercial-free football. All of us were ballistic, and it was.
Yeah. Also, we got the world right now, and me. Yeah, football season.
That's right.
Also, every current problem in my life, football.
That's a lot of them.
How the hell?
That's a good one. I like that one.
Did Stafford just throw another TD?
Yeah, he did. Long to Cooper Cup.
Dude,
Oh,
Cup
just
was
one
so
more.
far open. I
We
don't
need one
understand.
more.
One more?
What is it, like 35-3?
20-7.
Wait, what?
19, yeah.
Why
27.
one more? Why are you saying that?
Sorry. So
He's got
if you missed the beginning,
I did.
I have a $25 bet today just because the odds were too good for Matt Stafford to throw 3 touchdowns today.
Just
Nice.
like,
Just 3.
Nice.
The fourth, like
you
I
gotta call me
debated.
next time that happens.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Even at 4, it was. I think it was at plus. I want to say plus 375 ish, and even
Wow.
then, I sat there like,
Yeah.
and I studied the Bears secondary, and I'm like, they did lose Fuller, but I'm like, I'm just gonna go with the 3 today, and that still be kind of nice. And if he does get 4, I'll kick myself in the butt. But if he gets this
With
3,
apologies to Harry, I don't get it with the Bears. I didn't. I mean,
I don't see
to
how
me,
the
they're
Bears
like the
defense got
Bills.
that bad.
Yeah, you guys heard me talking about the Bills and saying everybody's just jumping way too fast on that hype train, and everybody's jumping off the Saints way too quick. And that's why I was saying, hold on, everybody, simmer down, Sparky. I mean, it's the kind of thing where the Saints, man, I said this is Sean Payton is the perfect coach for Jameis Winston.
he really
He
is.
designs an offense around a quarterback. Bruce Arians says, run my offense. And I mean, Bruce Arians got the perfect quarterback for his
True.
system. And Sean Payton did the perfect thing for Jameis Winston. 148 yards, 5 touchdowns, hasn't happened in 43 years or 48 years. I forgot which one it was.
Yeah, something crazy like that.
Yeah,
I wonder what the
on
odds
that-
were for
on that-
Jameis to throw 5.
Hey, Andrew,
Go ahead, Matt. Sorry, go ahead,
I
Matt.
wonder what the odds were for Jameis to throw 5 today.
Can you
If-
I
imagine?
bet that was a mortgage.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna
He's winning a
assume.
Gold
I'm
Cup.
gonna assume
plus
for Jameis
550
Winston to
or
throw
something like
4
that.
was probably like at plus 1800. So
Yeah.
5 touchdowns
Yeah.
was probably.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this. I want to talk about this a little bit because I want to get your guys' thoughts because I've had a bunch of
Wait,
different
we're
conversations
we're
with-
doing the meme grinder right now, Jacob. What are you doing?
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
No.
It's okay. But welcome, Cowboy fans, to the sit your ass down room. Sit your ass down.
Nice.
Dallas, it's a nice lead with 1:24 left in the game you got there. It would be a shame if somebody took it.
28-3.
I like that Matt in the background, 28-3.
Yep. I wonder if the
Um,
Falcons right now are like having like PTSD. I wonder if it's, because they know who's coming.
Yeah,
Yep.
right?
They're just
Dak
happy they
Prescott.
didn't never have the lead.
Yeah.
Dak Prescott said, dude, I almost had you. Brady says, you never had
You
me.
never had me.
Same thing with this one. Mexican word of the day,
Yeah.
window. I'm a Cowboys fan, but we'd never window. By the way, the Cowboys been catching some pretty nice L's in the end
Yes,
zone.
they have.
Wow.
Another good one that I saw was the Des Bryant with the
Yeah,
belt in his hand.
yeah, I
That's
saw that one too. By the way, I just made sure I was safe from hearing Weedham Boys all week.
Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome.
We are all marked safe from that.
That is awesome.
Like, did they not know? Did they not see?
Yeah,
Did they not see?
it was over at that moment.
We should have known.
Did you guys
When Brad
think the
did
same
this.
thing when you saw that? When it
I-
happened
yeah.
live, didn't it go through your mind like,
I said it to my dad.
Oh, boy.
I go, this game's over.
yeah,
I
oh
couldn't-
boy.
Yep.
So this game-
I said that on Friday's show, actually.
I called out the game. So we're going to be a game-winning field goal or a touchdown, and we did it. Brady does it again.
Yeah,
even with 4 turnovers, you always got a chance with Brady.
Yeah,
aren't you just Jesus? I'm gonna. I'm
What's up, Jacob?
I want to. I'm so like this Bucs season. I'm gonna say I'm like weirdly like excited for it. Like I like watching. I feel like I have this weight lifted off me, where like I don't have to hate Brady anymore. Like I still
you can enjoy him.
I still do.
Well, he's not hateable anymore either. He seems like
look at him.
Dude.
No, this is what he gives to us. This is what he gives to us. That's my Brady. Also, just a friendly reminder, you guys remember, Steve from Blue's Clues, right? He actually just came out, said some stuff. Said, sorry for leaving so abruptly. I went to college and accomplished so many things. I bet you have too since we last spoke. Cowboy fans. You've wasted your life. Sucks to be you. And just one last one, Cowboy fans, switching up their definition of what an offensive play pass interference is. Doesn't really look good on you guys. I'm just saying. And if you thought I was done, I'm not. I hate on every franchise, especially the Steelers. So thank you for coming. Not you, clown. Back into our lives.
Thank you for that.
Oh, you're welcome, Johnny. I got more for you, Johnny. Don't worry. It does suck. I got more. Congratulations to the Pittsburgh Steelers for finally beating a good team. Congratulations. You finally earned yourself a good one. To all those Packer haters, by the way, Aaron Rodgers is throwing the game so he can get traded. Does it remind you of anything? And now, obviously, if you are under the age of, I would say, 18, you should not be watching past this point, and I do not hold back, and I apologize for nothing. Sorry, not sorry. Mark saved from drafting any Ravens running back in fantasy. Oh!
Wow.
Oh!
Wow.
Nice.
Oh, you think I was done? Not even close. Ravens players, 2021.
Oh, nice. Nice. Nice.
I could have swore you did draft Dobbins, though.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh,
And
I did. I did.
Taken, you know the story behind that picture?
I do not.
That is Nancy Kerrigan, and that is what's her name?
Tanya Harding.
Thank you.
Yeah, Tanya Harding, who took she had her boyfriend they were both fighting for basically the last spot on the Olympic team.
Mm-hmm.
And Tanya Harding had her boyfriend take a baseball bat to the other girl's knees.
Iron pipe.
Yeah,
Iron pipe.
Knees so that she'd make the Olympic team.
Wait, what?
Oh yeah, there's a movie about it too, where I'm trying to remember the actress. She played a hell of a good job being the mom of Tanya Harding.
Yeah,
that was a good movie too.
Sorry.
Yeah. No, that's okay.
Andrew.
Yeah,
I have a question for you.
Okay.
You've seen Alex in the chat tonight, right?
Yeah.
Okay. How long before Alex becomes like a New England Patriot and follows Brady to Los Angeles? Follows Stafford to Los Angeles, man.
Oh yeah, he's rooting for Stafford. You know that for a fact.
Well, and you know what? I think we all are. I mean,
I'm talking about him going from the Lions.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm now a LA Rams fan.
Yeah.
You guys root for him until you guys root for him until you play him in the NFC Championship.
Well, there are enough people who seem to have jumped ship today. If you watched some of the Buccaneers groups that are all of a sudden Saints fans,
right?
Oh,
Jesus.
I got a whole thing about that.
Yeah,
I'll take that one though.
Can I go off about that? Do you guys mind after this?
After this, yeah.
After this.
I don't understand how football works.
This afterwards, go ahead.
Even though I watch it all the time, I joined an NFL group on social media. I post my unprofound opinions, trashing players for no good reason. And what makes you really look like a clown is then I take a victory lap when they get injured,
I have to
or
do
they
this
have
to
one bad
Andrew
game.
because I did it to Rick too many times.
What?
Unprofound?
Unprofound? Oh, unfounded. Oh, look at that.
That makes you feel better, Rick.
There you go.
Urban Myers is 1 week into his new job and already having chest pains. Oh,
I heard he has bad anger issues, like real bad anger issues.
Yeah,
That's a
he's
bad
got to
one.
be flipping out.
Speaking of really bad ones, You could say it all started when I bought my first Cowboys jersey.
Oh my Lord.
Oh, I know.
Right color.
I know. I wanted to get you all prepared for this last one where you guys know how I end these off, just like how this ended off. The sun's getting real low. What the fuck, Bruce? Ladies and gentlemen, that has been, you know it, the goulash.
Stupid Bucs fans say.
I only hit that button because Rick's here. So,
Nice.
all right, let's get this guy in here for the last little bit of talk here. Steven, welcome back.
What's going
So
on?
just
fellas?
here.
Can we
Alex-
please all go off on the Jameis fans?
Can I go
Oh
first?
yeah,
Can I go
oh yeah.
first? You guys can all yell at what I'm gonna say.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay.
Sorry about that, Andrew.
So
no, you're all good. All good.
So you guys can be Bucs fans, and you guys can also root for Jameis Winston to succeed. And here's
No, you
why.
can't.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't.
You can.
No, you can't.
You can.
Can you?
Say,
Can you
Yes,
take
you
it
You're in
over?
the same division. No,
Can you?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
They gave up on you guys. You guys let Jameis Winston go for a better option. No one is even remotely saying anything.
Can't do
You
Tom Brady.
guys, you can root for Jameis, who gave you, his all for the however many years he was in Tampa,
5.
to go out
Long
and
years.
let him play well.
Five.
Let him
Long
play well.
years.
He's not going to play, and he's okay. You don't want him to obviously be better than or beat the Bucs, and I'm not saying you root for that, but especially as a Jets, I'm looking at it as a Jets fan with Darnold, and I'm saying Darnold gave it his all for however many years he was in New York, and now he's somewhere else, and I hope he succeeds. Not when he plays the Jets, but I hope he succeeds.
But they're not in the same division.
Sure, but he's still he's still a player. Like
Really? If he was playing for the Patriots, you'd hope
What
he
did you just say
succeeded?
about Brady now that he's with
I mean,
the Bucks? You
here-
can root
here's the
for him
thing.
now that he's with
Yeah.
the Bucks,
He's
right?
not in the
Yeah.
same division.
Right.
Well, here's the thing. I know where Rick's coming from. I would say maybe the games that like we play against him, or like in friendly. Say if we get to the end of the season where it's like, oh, we're tied in first. Yeah, definitely. I like you, Winston, but kind of need you to start losing these games here a little bit, right? It would suck when it's in the same division, so I kind of see where Rick's coming from too. But I'm also like halfway. Like again, I do hope Winston does have a good career and stuff like that. I've also said I just hope it's not in New Orleans, Atlanta, or Carolina.
I don't hate the guy, but I don't want him to succeed right now. I don't. I mean, if he went to another team, sure, absolutely. If he wasn't in our division, but I can't hope he does well. I
Like the
can't.
Patriots.
Well, if they beat us
Yes.
twice, we're going to guarantee to win Super Bowl anyway. So whatever.
Can you imagine if he was on the Washington football team right now? I'm just like the way that he actually played today, because I'm gonna give him credit. He looked good.
138 yards.
I think that
I
has
know,
more
but he
to
looked
do with it.
good.
I'm going to say something that's probably going to be a little blasphemous to some, but I just think that proves that Sean Payton's a better OC than Bruce Arians. If he could turn Jameis Winston into that in one game.
He's got one Super
Yeah.
Bowl in
he's
all
better
those
for
years.
quarterbacks. He's better. Sean Payton's better for quarterbacks than Bruce Arians.
Yes, but he's
No,
got
he's
one
not.
Super
No, he's
Bowl
not.
in
Just
all
stop.
those
He
tries
took
with
Peyton-
Drew
he
Brees.
took
Johnny,
for all
Johnny,
those years.
Johnny. Yes.
No.
Yes
Listen
and
to me.
no.
Listen.
Yes and no.
You're going to get a
Yes
rant
and no,
here,
Johnny.
bud.
Yes and no.
Hold
No.
on, let Johnny go.
Look,
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
he changed his whole scheme away from what Jameis was known for doing, throwing long.
Yes.
He took away Jameis's number one.
Yes,
Hey, this is my
Strength.
skill set. He took
Yes.
that away so Jameis wouldn't screw up
right.
and keep throwing interceptions.
Right.
That's not changing the quarterback. That's changing your scheme.
No, you just made my point, though. You have one OC
Yeah, you
who
didn't kind of
says,
make
this is, wait. You have one OC who
didn't
says,
change
this
Jameis.
is my scheme, and I'm going to fit the quarterback into my scheme. I tend to remember that was a early problem he had with Brady. This is my scheme. I'm going to fit the quarterback into my scheme. Whereas Sean Payton said, I'm going to develop a scheme around this guy so that we can get the best out of him.
There's two different ways you can coach, okay? And that's the thing. It's not like one is better than the other, okay?
Right.
There's two different ways you can coach. Yes, Sean Payton builds an offense around the quarterback he has, and Bruce Arians tells the quarterback, run my offense. That's fine.
And that's
It doesn't
and
make
that's
one
if
of
you
them
don't
better
have the
than
right.
the other one.
It does if you don't have the right quarterback to run your offense.
Which
It
offense won
absolutely
the
makes
So he
one
went
better
and
than
got the
the other.
right quarterback.
Which
So
offense won the Super Bowl?
went and got the right quarterback.
Because
he
they
won a
had the
Super
greatest
Bowl.
quarterback in history running his offense,
won
not
a
Arians'
Super
It was
offense.
Bowl.
Jameis's.
They're running
It was his
Brady's
decision. He was
offense.
not.
A quarterback
he was
who said himself that he didn't
Wow.
pick up the
Somebody's
playbook.
got to get
All
one
right,
on
all
there,
right,
man.
all right, all right.
I
Yeah,
was
whatever, Johnny.
I was just letting everybody get it off their chest first because we're at the end. We're at the end, basically, like say towards the end of the show. This is where everyone's allowed to get it off their chest.
Yeah,
It's a fact. It is a fact. This is not debatable. It is a fact that the one guy who has maybe better statistics than Tom Brady, other than Super Bowl wins, is what? Is who? Drew Brees. This great coach who's phenomenal, this offensive coordinator who's amazing, has won Super Bowl with this great quarterback, and it was primarily because of defense.
I'm going to say this.
So this great offensive coordinator, bullshit.
Which he got suspended for a year because it was all just trying to injure people. And
Right.
no offense. I know this might sound really bad to some people. No, Steven, hold on. This might sound bad to some people, but the Super Bowl that they were given was kind of something really bad happened to you. Please take this.
Okay.
I agree with that 100%, Andrew. It's funny how a hurricane had to flatten the town so they could win a championship. And
Well,
I don't wanna say
wait.
they let him in there.
I just heard that this great OC has, head coach, has one Super Bowl under his belt. How many Super Bowls does Bruce Arians have under his belt as a
No,
head
you
coach?
didn't hear what I said. I said you said offensive coordinator with regards to Sean Payton. That's why I said OC. Okay. Your words. So when it comes to OC, he had Drew Brees for how many years? And Bruce Arians was a head coach with Tom Brady for how many years? Okay, he got the quarterback that has, if anything, fewer passing yards, fewer blah 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 statistics than the great and mighty Drew Brees. Okay, he had all these great yards and all of this, but he can't win. Same freaking thing with Aaron Rodgers. Okay, great, he's got stats. That's awesome, but you can't win. If he can't win, if he can't bring the whole thing home, he's not that great. Bruce Arians brought it home. That's the difference.
I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this before I get
Go ahead, Jacob. But before that, I want to just apologize. I totally did not realize that my logo was like taking half of your screen away. That is totally my bad, dude. I did not realize we were going to have so many people up on the top of the cheap seats here at Raymond James Stadium, and my big beard had like half of your screen taken. That is on me, dude.
It is okay because I'm about to make a point that you're going to wish that you just covered the rest of my face. With
Great. Here we go.
I think this, I don't know how you guys are going to react to this. I think that Sean Payton is thrilled with what he has with Jameis Winston.
I agree.
Because Jameis Winston has the arm that Sean Payton wishes Drew Brees had for the last 5 years of his career.
He's not going to use it.
He didn't throw the ball over 15 yards other than one time.
I think, and Johnny, I think I think that Sean Payton's scheme that he changed his scheme for Winston.
That's what I was telling Matt.
He was already running the 20.
Hold on, guys. Hold on.
That's exactly, Johnny. Exactly, Johnny.
Let Jacob go. Let Jacob go.
Sean Payton's. Thank you, Eric. I think that's Sean Payton's regular what he's wanted to run, but he hasn't had the quarterback to do it.
He's been running it.
He's still running the same scheme.
Johnny, I think he changed his scheme for Drew Brees and not Jameis Winston.
I haven't seen him in any other scheme. Even when he was with the Eagles, they were running that same scheme.
Now, that's actually the question I was about to ask is before he came to the Saints, what team did he have? Because
he played with the Cowboys. He was the OC. He was the OC with the Cowboys.
He was the OC for the Cowboys? Okay, okay, so and then he went to the Saints. Yes. Yes, and then he went to the Saints after that, receiving his first head coach in 2006 with the New Orleans Saints in the wake of Hurricane Katrina in 2005. Okay, so 3-13. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so he went in with Drew Brees, and the last few years that he's had has just been basically consistency with a Hall of Fame quarterback, which I'm not going to take that away from Drew Brees. Drew Brees is a Hall of Fame quarterback.
Drew Brees is awesome. He's fantastic. He's great.
They were good, but they were never enough. It was never enough. Drew Brees didn't have the arm to win a Super Bowl. He didn't. After
they got knocked out though.
You
Jacob,
don't
by a
need one when
safety.
you don't throw the
Remember
ball
that
more
play?
than 15 yards, other than one time.
Right.
Then why
You
did-
don't
why
need
did they
the
say
arm.
Tom Brady had a noodle arm.
a Super Bowl, people figure that out. You
Well,
see it. You see
to
They got
Eric-
knocked out of the
that
Super
offense
Bowl
struggled.
by going against Stephon Diggs, caught the ball and the safety ducked for his feet and missed him. That's
There was-
why
Yeah.
they didn't get to the championship.
Right, but why
That-
is
that was a
everybody
poster for the
saying,
whole next
"Oh, now
year."
he's got the guy who can throw deep"? He had 148 yards passing today. He threw
Exactly.
one deep pass.
It's one game.
Yeah.
It's one game.
True. Hold on. To Eric's comment,
Well,
though, because Eric
you're
said
right. I can't talk
uh,
about 2 games at this point, Stephen. We're all talking about 1 game.
Yeah. So, Rick,
So were you.
it's one game.
We're all
It's
talking
one
about
game.
1 game.
He threw 140. He still got 5 touchdowns and no interceptions.
I agree, but we're all talking. But
touchdowns.
we're all talking
Oh,
about 1
Hey,
game.
Andrew.
Okay, hold on one second. I was going to say, to your point there about the whole Tom Brady noodle arm thing. I don't.
I didn't say it. I didn't say
No,
it.
no, not you. To your question of like why other people were saying it, it was more of the New Orleans fan base trying to come
Yeah.
back at us for the fact that like we had Brady. They're like, oh, you want to talk about noodle arm? It's like, yeah, well, no offense, like Drew Brees got hit. Like there was 2 or 3 years ago when that offensive line, which is absolutely astounding, it's a great offensive line. That offensive line was injury plagued and he got hit. And some of those hits and one of those hits, I don't want to say ended his career, but it definitely hindered the last, say, 3 years of his career. That's why in the playoffs, when we played him, the only person that actually did throw for over, I think it was the 25-yard mark, was Winston. And that was the touchdown that he came in and threw. So to I guess say all points, right? It does suck that Sean Payton has only had technically that, but also to answer Eric's question, it was just the Saints fan base being like, we have to defend our Hall of Fame quarterback who is being talked atrociously. And it's like, it's not that we want to call him noodle arm. It's the fact that he has a noodle arm. It is the franchise owners wanted to keep him. They don't want to move on to a new quarterback yet when they've invested everything, including cap space, into getting Drew Brees another one, and they couldn't do it. And they probably could have done it if it wasn't for us being in their way. So it sucks to be them.
Right.
Sorry to interrupt.
And so I want to make sure I make something clear. I'm not saying that BA is not a good offensive coordinator. I never said that. I know it got turned into that by some. I never said that.
Oh, no. I never
said
took you that
Sean
either.
Payton is better because Sean Payton can say, rather than say, I want you to run my system, he can say, let me develop a system that's going to be best for you, because that's what the coaches should do. By the way, that's what they did in New England for years. Let's develop a system that's going to work for you so that we can win games. That's what coaching
And don't
is.
buy any players. New England didn't give him anything. They said, here, you get the playbook to work for you the way you want it to, but wide receivers, we're going to give you a 3rd-tier wide receiver. You got a good running back? Well, we're going to trade him. Oh, we got a good safety that's pretty much Hall of Fame lockdown safety. We need to get him off of here because he's getting old and we're tired of listening to him.
Well,
and that's the way
I'm not so much discussing Brady, because he could do that with Brady. You can't do that with many other quarterbacks.
The way New England worked
was
impossible.
I'm talking about taking quarterback and saying, what's this person good at? And let me develop a system for this person. Versus, this is my system. No risk it, no biscuit. This is what I want to do. You figure it out. They're two different deals. I just think one works better than the other.
But the thing is, look at what happened. You're literally using BA, taking a quarterback and say, fit into my system, and he wins a Super Bowl. And then you're saying, see, he's not as good as Sean Payton because he made him run his offense.
No, because he didn't. No, because they didn't run BA system. That's why they won the Super Bowl. They didn't run BA system. I've seen that system for 20 years.
So he adapted, like you're saying Sean Payton does.
Bingo. But he did adapt. He either
made the system fit the quarterback, or he made the quarterback fit the system. Which one is it?
No, okay, Rick. I'm not gonna get into this with you. I'm saying Sean Payton took what Winston could do well and improved upon it. It took us 7 or 8 games to get there with Brady.
9.
That's the difference.
Depends on how good your quarterback is.
So before I get to Matt,
there.
True. Before I get to Matt's comment, then I'm going to get to Eric here. I do want to say this, though. Winston can throw 50 touchdowns this year. The man doesn't throw 5,000 touchdowns. A guy who wrote a book and almost cost me my job ain't ever going to have nothing to talk about ever again. You doubled down, by the way. I know you're watching. You doubled down on some things. And guess what? The man can throw for 100 touchdowns this year. If he doesn't throw for 5,000 yards, it means nothing. Nothing. They even gave him an extra game. Hold on, Eric. They gave him an extra game. Okay? They gave him an extra game. They even said, we're going to let your number one wide receiver stay on the bench for a little bit so he can get healthy. We're even going to adapt the whole scheme around you. Hell, we're even going to go make sure we got 3 to 4 running backs just in case your arm doesn't actually work. And hell, we'll even put Taysom in there sometimes. So guess what? He can throw 7 touchdowns on average every game, but if he doesn't throw 500 yards per game and start averaging 5,000 yards this season, it means
like Drew Brees
nothing.
did.
And by the way, how many yards is Winston on pace for? This is going to make you very happy, Andrew.
Like 30.
He's 2,416.
I would have said 2,300.
2,416, yes. Not even halfway.
Yes.
If his team makes it, and I'm not saying this would ever happen, if his team makes it to the playoffs and advances deep in the playoffs, nobody's going to care he only threw for 2,000 yards.
Justin Fields scored a touchdown.
You know what's going to happen?
Yards don't win games.
Agreed.
Points.
I agree completely, Steven.
I agree completely. Here's what's going to happen, y'all.
Yeah, go ahead, Matt.
Jameis sucks. Just we haven't seen it yet.
We have games like this in Tampa as well.
I want that on a shirt.
What we're looking at here, we're arguing across the panel about one game, the first game of the year, the first time that this offense has ever been introduced on TV. Right, nobody has tape. Within a month, every defensive coordinator in the freaking country is going to say, "Oh, I got that shit."
Thanks for speaking common sense.
Right.
It's
let me get.
It's like the Dallas game. We should have won 31-17 or less.
Yes.
But we didn't because we didn't play as well as we should have, and they played over their heads. We came back and got our head out of our ass in the last 2 minutes and managed to pull a win out. But they shanked the field goal that would have changed the whole scheme of things.
True.
In the very first quarter. So it would have been.
Well, the extra point would have because the field goal didn't matter because they got the ball right back. They got the ball right back.
Hold on, Steven. Sorry. No, it's okay. Go ahead, Matt, and then I got to get Jacob out of here. So.
Okay. So I was just saying, the 3 weeks of preseason is a bunch of crap. You're looking at stuff and getting all excited. You get Woody, you go home, and you're like, wow, man, we got a great team. And then they show up like Detroit today. Almost, but not good enough. Then you get a week 1. You got people who won this week that shouldn't have. You got people who lost this week that shouldn't have. And then you've got a couple of teams that are showing you what they really are, and you need to get damn well ready for it. That ain't the Saints. I'll give them the credit that they're going to have a decent year, but they're not going to set the world on fire with Jameis Winston. Eventually, somebody's going to figure out if we show him this Mike linebacker and switch out of that, he's going to throw it right to the Mike linebacker that he called out on the freaking bubble. He does that every flipping time.
He almost
and it's going to come out.
I feel like hallelujah. You should all be singing.
Touchdown Jesus today. I'm just going to share that.
You're speaking common sense, my friend.
Jacob, let me get you out of here before we get into too much more madness here, buddy. Tell everybody where they can find you while I show them where they can find you.
Oh, yeah, there it is. Yeah, check it out. The Hard Count Football Podcast live Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern on the Hard Count Football YouTube channel and on Bucs Report. Follow me on Twitter at Jacob Charno, Instagram at Hard Count Football. Guys, Tuesday's going to be fun. I'm going to say a lot more things that you guys are not going to like, so come comment.
I appreciate you coming on there, buddy. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for coming on. I'll have you on anytime you want, so just let me know. Did he score? Is that a touch? Did he throw it?
That's a
Justin Fields ran a touchdown in earlier. You guys missed it while you were complaining.
No, I don't care about Fields. Hold on.
He actually did. Yes. Yes, he did. Yes.
Jacob, have yourself a good one. I'll get you out of here. Peace.
No, his knee was down. His knee was down.
No.
Who are you talking?
Andrew.
Come on. Yes, Eric, what do you want? No.
They're going to run this one in, Andrew.
I got a 2-part question.
Okay, what's up, Eric?
3 parts. Will the Saints win more than 10 games, and will the Saints make the playoffs?
I got both yeses.
Yes.
And
That's
Lattimore is getting surgery on his thumb after signing that biggest contract for a corner, like 5 years, 97 mil with like 70 mil guaranteed. So they're saying he's week to week. So we'll see what happens.
Yes,
That's
they'll
big,
win.
that's big
They'll win
loss.
10 plus games. Yes.
I think they'll win 10 games, but I'm not so sure about the playoffs because the NFC West.
Yeah.
that NFC West.
That's
definitely.
true. NFC West could shake some things up.
Yeah.
The one thing, like I did make my big prediction where I said about the Bears, like that's my big, like the huge one where I'm like, this is definitely probably not going to happen, but I'm going to throw like a little story. I always do that for all of my season predictions. Last year was the Browns and the Steelers would be playing at 9-7 on the last game, and the winner of that game would have had the last playoff spot. Definitely did not happen, but the last game of that play for them was a hell of a game. And this year I said that the Bears would probably not do very good for the beginning of the seasons, and then Justin Fields will come in with a healthy offensive line when they actually come in and show everybody that they can do very, very good next year, and they'll prevent the Minnesota Vikings from making the playoffs.
Yep.
So
The NFC South will be decided in Week 15 when the Bucs play the Saints.
that's a good one.
Will 11 wins get a wild card?
No, I think 10 wins will
12?
get you a wild card this year, only in the NFC though. And the
The NFC is just weird. How do you predict it because of the NFC West? What do you do?
exactly.
Same thing in the AFC with the AFC West and stuff too. The
If
AFC
you're
West is up for grabs too.
If you're a top contender in the NFC, anytime that you go up against one of the NFC West guys, you need to beat them. Like if you're trying
Seattle, how is Seattle going to be this year?
I personally
11-6.
I have Seattle at 8-9, just based off of schedule.
Yeah.
I actually even put money on them to be under 9.5 wins this year as well.
I'm actually with you on that, Andrew. That's why I asked the question. I agree with you because I don't.
Yeah.
I think they've seen their better days, and that's like the Patriots. That reign is coming to an end.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, I do think I have the Patriots at 9-8, and I think they'll squeak in. And the only reason they squeak in is because of like a 4-way tie I have for the last 2 playoff spots, just based off of the scheduling and the wins and losses. So
yeah,
but I agree.
The NFC East is going to be interesting because I don't think the Bills are as good as everybody says. I think the Patriots. Look, honestly, I think when you look at it, it's gonna. The Dolphins have a shot at that division, a very realistic shot at that division.
Yes, they do. Yep. They were amazing today. I agree with Rick. I think the Dolphins sweep the Patriots. I think they sweep them this year.
Yeah.
Just like the Bills swept them last year, the Dolphins sweep them this year.
I guarantee you that the Bills won't. You're talking about the Bills. I was thinking Patriots.
Hey, have a good night, guys.
Take care, Eric. We'll see you later, buddy.
Nice meeting you, Eric.
Oh, you got out of here quick. Sorry.
No, I wanted to say while you were thinking, I agree with almost everything Matt said, except for one just minor technical detail where he said if the kicker had made that field goal, then maybe Dallas would won. No, because right after he missed the field goal, we caught the ball back up because it was right after that I think that Rojo fumbled, and then they got the ball back and scored 7. So the field goal was essentially negated by them getting the ball back and scoring a touchdown versus a field goal. So even if they made the extra point, they would have still lost. What was that?
What happened was they gave them a shot at a field goal, and that guy shanked it worse than I can hook it down on the 4th hole at this local golf club.
Me practicing. Me practicing the first time I went to go play touch football with my group there. And I was practicing the first day. Yeah, nothing. Second day, man, I looked like prime Gano from back in the day, though, like right down the middle.
If he had hit that field goal, that fumble never would have happened. The dynamics would have been different at the
that's a good point. Yeah, the fumble might not have happened.
The whole chain changes.
That's true. That's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point.
The thing is, we only needed a field goal. Brady knew we only needed a field goal. It's a lot easier to go from the 50 to the 35 than it is to go from the 30 to the end zone.
I'm going to say this and then I'm going to go. I'm going to say this and then I'm going to go. It's a lot easier to go from the 25 to kick a field goal when you got Tom Brady at quarterback.
Damn right.
So all of us can
agree.
agree with all the arguing and all the ribbing and all that we've done and the giving each other crap and all this. I can say one thing that we can all agree on. Go freaking Bucs.
All right,
Yeah,
Rick, tell everybody about your shows as well, please.
Nope,
Thank
it's
you.
not done. Get that thing off of there.
Got you.
Same time, 8:30 on Tuesday night. It's called Buck AF, and that's, you know what that means. If you're Buck as
Flip.
you know what that means. Okay. So if you are Buck as I will see you on Tuesday night at 8:30.
Hells yeah, buddy.
Good
Thank
show.
you for coming in tonight and joining us up here live from the cheap seats on top
Love
of
being
Lincoln
up in the
Stadium.
cheap seats. I feel like I'm at
buddy.
home.
Hells yeah, every time,
Nice.
buddy. Every time.
Yeah.
Nice.
Have a great night.
Have yourself a good one. Thank you for tuning in.
Good night.
Yep. See ya.
All right, let me get a couple of you guys out of here too, so I can get the hell out of
I'm
here.
busy. I'm gone. Bye-bye.
There you are, Johnny.
I'm going to join. See you later.
There we go. And, oh, look at that. And then Steven's gone, or Steven's here, and then I'm going to get you out of here too. I'm going to just do this quick. I'm going to just put the countdown on. 2 hours today, ladies and gentlemen. I love this. I'm going to get out of here so that you all can get ready and watch the end of this game and hope that Matt Stafford can throw one more damn touchdown. Hope that he can throw the other touchdown because I want my money, and I want my money so hard. And guys, don't forget, next Sunday, we're going to fire them cannons. Oh, my God. I love it when we fire them cannons or fire them against the Falcons. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Fire the cannons. And just a friendly reminder that that is still one big pile of shit. Teams, man. Oh, my God. The Saints fucking suck. Anywho, I love you all. Have yourselves a great weekend. I will see you next weekend with more than likely our post-game show, one of our post-game shows, talking about the Atlanta Falcons and what happened that game, which is more than likely going to be a dub. But you know how the saying goes, any given Sunday. But we also know how the saying goes, we going for 2, and ain't nobody going to stop us. Love you all. Thank you for tuning in. Take care now, and bye-bye then.
T-minus 20 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.